Good afternoon. My name is Detective Anderson, Detective Chris Anderson with the Austin Police Department Homicide Unit. This press conference is in relation to case number 25075-0347. This is going to be Austin Police Department's 9th homicide for the year. On March 16th, Sunday, at approximately 3:36, our 911 dispatch received multiple calls at the call center reporting a stalled Mitsubishi Mirage in the far left lane of the 11,600 block of North I-35 northbound. The call was later upgraded to after the stalled vehicle was struck by a Ford Bronco. The driver of the Mitsubishi was later identified as Edward Espino. The Austin Travis County Medical Services and the Austin Fire Department extracted Mr. Espino from the vehicle and attempted first aid when they discovered a gunshot wound on his body. Mr. Espino was pronounced deceased at 4:14 a.m. The driver of the Ford Bronco was interviewed by detectives and was cooperative with the investigation and is not believed to be connected to the homicide. Homicide detectives and crime scene specialists responded to the process of the scene and interview witnesses. The initial investigation showed that Mr. Espino was in his Mitsubishi Mirage and driving northbound on I-35, where his vehicle came to a stop in the far left lane of North I-35 before being struck from behind by the Bronco. The shooting suspects have yet to be identified. We are encouraging anyone who may have been in the area or heard possible shots fired, anyone who may have been seen the Mitsubishi Mirage driving, or anyone who may have seen the vehicles that appear to be an altercation, to come forward so detectives can further investigate. If anyone has additional photos, videos, or potential evidence, please submit them by clicking on a QR code that we pushed out to the media. Anyone with tips or information should contact the Austin Police Department at 512-974-TIPS. You may submit your tip anonymously through the Capital Area Crime Stoppers program by visiting austincrimestoppers.org or calling 512-472-8477. A reward up to $1,000 may be available for any information to an arrest. Basically, we're just looking for anybody that may have some kind of information. The time frame we have is like a short time frame for people traveling in that area of 11,600 block, approximately about 3:30 to 3:35. It's a tight 5-minute window. Anybody driving that area that may have heard any kind of shots fired or seen anything or any kind of vehicle disturbance. I believe we showed our victim's vehicle to the left there. It was a Mitsubishi Mirage, a 2024 model. It was black in color. Any questions at this time?
Yes, so he was shot before it happened, the crash is what you're saying?
Correct.
And do you have any reason to believe this is road rage or anything along those lines?
Based on our preliminary investigation, yes, we believe it is involved. Road rage is involved.
Do you know about how far back that initial incident happened?
It's undetermined at this time.
Was he trying to drive himself to a hospital, or?
Based off the information we have now, it looked pretty instantaneous.
And how many gunshots were there?
There were, upon inspection of his vehicle, we discovered multiple, they had been struck multiple times.
And the other driver just happened to just hit his car while he was stalled, correct?
Yes, his car was stalled out into the far left lane, and we received multiple calls of that vehicle in the left lane.
Is there any indication that the vehicle that bumped into Mr. Espino, that he tried to maybe get out and check on him, or do you just know that he maybe just crashed into him?
We know that he crashed into him, and he did stay and check on Mr. Espino.
Is there anything that he shared that he found out or learned, or just that what he told you all, what you all found out?
Just what we found out.
I know his family's here. Is there anything they would like to say, or you can say on their behalf, like who he was the person and why it's so important for people to come forward and help find out who did this?
I think if the family doesn't mind me speaking for him, he's a member of the community. You know, he's a son. you know, he's a brother, and you know, he's a human. He's a person. It's just anybody would want their family, you know, justice for their family. So, I mean, what I will say is, on these highways and on these roads and everything, we're all driving on these roads. We have a lot of construction on them. You know, plan for where you're headed to. Take your time. Watch your speed, and you know, show a little grace to each person, you know, driving on the road. That's what I'll say.
Is he leaving behind any children or anything, or a wife or anything? Or?
No.
And does it appear it was just one suspect vehicle or possibly multiple?
It appears we just have one at the moment.
And it seems like, I mean, there was another road rage homicide just a couple weeks ago. I mean, do you want to talk about the prevalence of that? You know, what can people do to stay safe?
Again, show grace. Take your time where you need to get to go. Plan out your route. You know, if you're merging, use the zipper effect. You know, one car after the other, and take turns.
Take one more question.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.